Hello and welcome to another part of our tutorial in Firebase and Android Kotlin. In the previous part, I didn't explain how to connect the app to Firebase. So let's do it together, and then later on we can continue with the tutorial. So if we go here to Tools and Firebase, okay, we have two options here. The first option is okay, but I don't really recommend it because there is a small problem with using this option here, which is going to Tools Firebase and going to FireStore, and adding it from here, add Cloud FireStore to your app, okay? And then they show you how to do what I just mentioned, defining this, okay? But that has a small problem. It's not really updated, the last version of the packages, and that can be a problem. The best way to do it, and it's good to get used to it, is to go to the Get Started part of the Cloud Function tutorial and import this implementation here, okay? Only doing this will be enough to complete this step. Just go here, and we go here to the Gradle file where we have all the importations, and we just import it here. That's the one we will have to use. Now we will see that, okay, so it even updated from 4.2 to 4.1 that I have it to 4.2, okay, and it has this KTX extra, okay. So doing that will be enough to have everything ready to work with, okay. Now I will continue now with the original tutorial. We'll explain how to follow up to the previous part. So once I have it that imported, this thing here shouldn't show any more errors, okay. It should work. This is the line to import, and this variable will point specifically to this position here, okay. You have to understand that the DB points here to the root of the Firebase FireStore database. Let's remember that FireStore uses a Mongo-based system, which is a tree of data, and it always points, the first level always points to the root of that, of the root. As you can see, it's like a computer, a file system. So if we have DB that points to this position, now I can follow up and go down and finally ask once the fragment is loaded on the create view, fragment is shown, it will get the reference to all the visual elements. And the following part will be to ask the database to give me back a collection. Now, the thing is that in this case, it won't work because I don't have a collection cities like in their tutorial. I have a collection products, okay? Once I do this, in theory, remember we have that one here. In theory, it will be able to download all the documents, and it will show it in the log cat here. If you want, we can try it. I will filter it, the tag, remember the tag is to filter it, and the tag is equal to list fragment 2. So if I put here like that, let's remember that log D reference to debug, so I will have to put here debug. And then if I execute, I should be able to see the two documents that were downloaded. Remember that once it's successful, it will go through this block of code here, and it will go one by one through these four showing document by document data. Okay, let's try it. Let's hope let's wait a second that it finally executes. And as you can see, we have it show us the two documents downloaded. The one that has ID 7UT whatever this that ends with M6, and what ends with M6 is the first one, and the one that ends with AU. Again, it's this one here with its information. So it's working. It's working. Okay, great. Thing is, right now I have the data, but the data, which you can see here, is in JSON format. It's not really manageable. Okay, we can work with it, but it's very uncomfortable in our code to work with. That's why we created in the previous part of the tutorial the product object, because we will ask the system to automatically translate this data into an array of products. It will be that's what happened. That's why it's so important to create objects which are serialized, so it can allow us to create automatically an array of objects. So we don't need really to do this, the fourth thing here, but we can do it the following. We can create an var array of products, okay, of type, well, this doesn't mean right now on the products, on the type. 1 second. No, yeah. First of all, we'll define this variable up here, okay, just in case. Var array of products, that's what I want to have, of type array list. As you can see, there is an option there, and of type products, okay, and this will be an empty array. We can even define it. Okay, so that's the thing. If we do it like this, it's not okay. An array of, okay, and here we have to put the product. Okay, it's just that if we want to use the array of product, it will require us to not define it before. Now we have an array, an empty array of products. Okay, it's here. It's named var array products. Great. Now, what I'm going to do is in this step here, I want to insert the products inside this array, so eventually I'll have an array of products. Now the thing is that when we have data, okay, in this case document, there is a document in document result. When we have a result, yes, we can always do the following thing. Two objects. You can see here, we have the option two objects. Now two objects, it's a trick we have in Kotlin, which is something that we got also from Java, which allows us to turn the result into an array of objects. Okay, this will give us back the list of objects we want. Now the thing is that what it's requiring us here to add is specifically, yes, the list, the type of the class type we want to add, okay? And it has to be done in the following manner. You have to put product 2 points and then class Java. Okay, there's no other way for now. I'm not sure in the future they will change it, but for now, if we want to tell the code that in the system, and we want to turn all the objects in result, all these objects here, into a list of product type objects, we have to do it in this way here. And we will have this we will receive this back, a downloaded list of products, which is not the same as the one here specifically. We will, if we want to, the final step, add these ones there, we'll have to do the following step, which is copy this here and add all elements from downloaded data. Now, downloaded list. We can do that, or we can just immediately take this and insert it there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. However you want to do it, we can always also do something like this. And that's it, okay? I mean, I don't mind, okay? The thing is that in array products, we add all the elements that come from result to objects, okay? In theory, if we do this, and we print it later on, for example, with the logd again, instead of doing this, we're going just to print list of products. So if we do this, in theory, we will have here a list of products. Let's see if it shows something in the log cut. I don't remember if doing like that will show something or not. Let's click this and let's let this work. Now, if it doesn't really show anything, we can always ask it to show it. I mean, what it shows us is that inside the list of products, we have one product, one class of type, one product and a second one here. I mean, we can see there is 2 elements inside the array. We don't really need more than that to confirm that we were able to download the data from the products. And with that, yes, we can confirm that we downloaded it and we have it inside here. The following step will be to create the adapter, as we can see here, and insert it in the list so we can finally see the products in the list here that we don't see anything now. It will be done in the following part.